So I just wanted to stop by and say hi for a minute. And last couple days, I've been noticing that Trisha Paytas has taken some heat for sticking up for people, for outing people, for whatever. And it baffles me that someone like Trisha Paytas is up there in the middle of the stuff. You know, like she knows some of the folks personally, hung out with them, seen them in person, knows their skeletons and such. So for her to receive so much backlash and hate for commenting on something she absolutely knows what's going on, it's pretty stupid. Yeah, it's pretty stupid. You'd have to agree with that, right? Like, you know, if you were in the middle of a shitstorm and you were commenting on said shitstorm, and a bunch of morons that didn't know anything about the shitstorm because they were hundreds of miles away from it, and they started commenting about the shitstorm and started saying that you didn't know what you were talking about, it'd probably piss you off a little bit, you know what I mean? That's just my take on it. I happen to think if I was commenting on some of my friends' nonsense or trying to stick up for some of my friends that I saw weren't doing something that they were accused of or whatever, I would have to say that if somebody come at me sideways about it, I just have to tell them to fuck off too, you know? I'm sure most of you feel the same way, even though the common consensus would probably go against said individual, if that makes any sense to you. But I notice how people are, you know. Trisha Paytas knows these folks and has a following of her own, you know. And it seems like anybody that anybody that's part of a group of something, and they break away and they're doing their own thing and they're doing okay at it, and then they start really succeeding, you know, people start hating on them because they're not in that group or something anymore. I'm not sure if that's what this case is. I'm speaking on my own behalf on that one, but, you know, I've personally witnessed it, you know. Somebody that I support, you know, truthfully Trisha. Anytime you say truthfully Trisha to somebody, you're going to get one of two responses. You're going to get, oh, I know who that is, and a happy response, or you're going to get some bullshit response that, you know, somebody's like, oh, I can't believe you'd support her. You know what she did? Nothing. She didn't do nothing. She didn't do nothing to me, and she sure as shit didn't do nothing to you, not through a camera phone. You know, if you think that words coming through a screen or shooting through your speakers at, you know, at your head bone is actually, you know, is actually hurting you, you know, like if the words are actually hurting you, you know, I don't know what to tell you, buddy. Somebody's got to make the snowflakes. Anyway, I guess basically what I come on to say is I really kind of like Trisha Paytas a lot. So, you know, just because she decides that she wants to ramble on about what she knows about doesn't mean she should come under attack by people that don't know exactly what's happening. Also, real quick before I go, I think the world we live in is pretty shitty when somebody that can be as successful as Trisha Paytas at what they do can still sit and be not ridiculed for their content, not questioned for their character, but belittled for being overweight, belittled for having a little bit of acne, you know. I think it's pretty shitty that that people go online and can't find anything you're saying to pull apart. You know, can't find holes in anything you're saying to attack. And then they can't attack your character, because how can they do that if you're doing what you're supposed to? So then they attack what they appear to be are your looks, and they're not even looking. You know what I mean? They're not even looking. They're just saying things like greasy and saying things like pig. I'm pretty sure you're the greasy pig making that kind of comment, don't you think, you nasty bastard? Right? I mean, I would have to bet that you're not making content and uploading. I'd have to bet that you don't have any people watching you. I'd have to bet that you don't have as much money as she does. And I'd bet you're not as successful in your career as she is. And that's why you can't find anything else to say other than greasy pig. So with that being said, you're a limey fuck. That's just all there is to it. Stupid. But anyway, yeah, I kind of really like me some Trisha Paytas.